This week in the Law Firm Admin Boot Camp, we had a fascinating conversation at Open Coaching and Growing Hours about making certain that I am useful to my attorney. And I really wanted to break down this mindset, this language with this support team this week in regards to that and what it means to be useful to your attorney and above and beyond doing your job and showing up and being of value in the doing of your work. And we had a phenomenal conversation about how do you know when you're useful for your attorney. Here's my perspective and what we had a phenomenal conversation about in Open Coaching and Growing Hours this week. So here's my perspective on this. And attorneys, I would love your thought. Give us some feedback in regards to what it means for your support team, your associate attorneys, honestly, anyone that you employ and work with, where you can check the box and say 100% they are of value and they are quote unquote useful to me. And the conversation we had today was yes, doing your work is of value. Yes, it is useful and helpful for your attorney where they feel like they're getting a return on investment for your salary. But from my perspective and the firms that I coach and work with, number one, and honestly, anyone that I employ and work with, for me, the term useful means that how you show up and how you do your job, not just what you do, but how you do it in regards to communication. That when you show up, you are prepared, that you are over communicating, that your communication and your energy and your planning is that of a CEO mindset, even if you are quote unquote just a receptionist. That when you show up, you are very respectful of your attorney's time, of your boss's time, and you're coming in with proposed solutions. That your conversation, that your communication, that your cadence and your tonality is very clear, concise, and to the point. Number one. Number two, that you know how to manage, facilitate, and lead the conversation. That you don't have all this filler, you don't have this story, you don't have this stuff in regards to what you're communicating, the wow or the why, and you're not justifying why you're communicating what you're communicating. You are to the point. You are articulate. So you're coming in there with here's the bottom line, here's the bullet points, here's what I did, here's why I did what I did, and here's where I'm jammed up, here's where I'm stuck, and here's where I believe the proposed solution is. So that's number one. Number two, that in regards to how you manage your tasks, your to-dos, your projects, etc., that they're not on sticky notes. They're not in piles of notes from all of your meetings where you're digging, through all your notes to get this State of the Union and the information. That it is in your CRM, that it is within a strategic roadmap, that it is managed and facilitated within whether a Basecamp or a Trello board or what have you. But your attorney at any given point can go to your tasks and to-dos and see the math, so to speak. They can see the critical thinking of how you manage and lead your day. Number three, that in regards to your day, you know how to time chunk. You are putting your activities in there. You are communicating and putting the accurate amount of time in there. So you're not just putting a task or to do on your calendar if you're sending clients weekly updates or what have you. You're actually time management, your focus management in regards to what you're doing. And you're putting the time in there. This should take about 2 hours. This should take about 15 minutes. This is my projection. This is my forecasting in regards to how I communicate. Number three, you are batching, or number four, you are batching your activities. So you are putting them, when you are communicating with the attorney, you are not blowing them up with emails. When they communicate and send you an email, you're not conducting communication ping pong. They know that when they send you something, you're going to take the email or the communication or the text or the Voxer or the Slack or what have you and batch it for your daily huddles, for your weekly meetings, for your department meetings. And they know they can have full faith and confidence when they're communicating with you that you're actually going to bring it to the meeting. It's going to be batched. So this term useful, which came up with several people, paralegals, a marketing coordinator in this week's open coaching hours. We actually had a PLA in there, and we had just this phenomenal conversation around being useful. And it's not what you do from my perspective, but it's how you do it, how you communicate, and how you project manage like a boss. So attorneys, I'd love to hear your insight. Give me what you believe, what I missed. What else would you like to add to the list from your perspective? And what would you like to communicate to your team about how they can be of value and this term useful to you as an attorney? I want to hear your comments. I want to hear your insight. Send me an email, reply to this pocket coaching this week. Have a great week.